girl, you don't understand. I have to ask her out. Every time I speak to her, I get nervous and I start mumbling. She's going to think I'm right annoying.
I hate to tell you this, but you are annoying.
I need to ask her out. If I don't, I might die.
Play their home matches at the Oval.
I was watching Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. One of the questions was who wrote the phrase, "No man is an island"? John Donne, John Milton, John F. Kennedy, John Bon Jovi. John Bon Jovi, too easy. And if I may say so, complete load of bollocks. In my opinion, all men are islands, and what's more, now's the time to be one. This is an island age. 100 years ago, you had to depend on other people. No one had TV or CDs or DVDs or videos or home espresso makers. Actually, they didn't have anything cool. Whereas now, you can make yourself a little island paradise. And I like to think that perhaps I am that kind of island.
Is it possible to think that you're a psychopath? I don't know, something is just wrong. Like, I don't want to kill anybody, but I have this thing where I feel very detached. Can't even say that I'm numb because, well, I don't even know what that feels like. Everything I do, I get nothing from it. So it makes me wonder, am I a psychopath? And I may not have the urges right now, but am I capable? Am I capable of taking somebody's life and not giving a shit? Because I can think about it right now and I don't feel anything about it. Maybe I am just the cold-hearted bitch everyone says I am. Anyway.
You know, I got offered a new job last week, and my friends were surprised to hear that I turned it down. Well, I didn't turn it down specifically. I told my potential new boss to go fuck himself. So I assume my refusal was implied. You know what he said? He said, "I look forward to seeing you go above and beyond for us." Like, I already owed them some unachievable amount of effort. As if the hours stayed in my contract weren't going to be enough the second I walked in the door. Just because their name comes with some kind of reputation, they think I owe them everything I have. Like, don't get me wrong, I'm a hard worker, but I don't owe them a thing, and neither do you. It's an exchange. Their money for a certain amount of hours in your week, and that's all it should be, because trust me, the second something doesn't work for them, they'll drop you. Because they don't owe you anything either. The only difference is they know that, and they depend on their assumption that you don't.
When I was younger, I could hear my neighbours having sex, like, all the time. You know, when you're young, you kind of think, you don't really know what you're listening to. At first you think, God, they are killing each other, like, they are really going in for it, aren't they? But then you notice that the sounds that they're making doesn't really sound like fighting. This feeling floods through your system and ice trickling down through your body. And knowing this, you have eavesdropped on a very intimate moment and you basically want to die until it's over. Now that I am the extremely mature adult you see before you, I have a completely different way of handling those moments. When my neighbours are having their special time, I rap on the door lightly with my knuckles and I say, "Shut the fuck up! Shut up, you fucking perverts! I mean, you know I can hear you. You know I can. Do you like that I can? It's sick. It's fucking sick." And then I go up to my room and I listen to their panicked little voices and fall back asleep.
Well, 7 years ago, you walked out of my life without as much as a goodbye. And I've never seen you again since. And you want to know if I'm okay? I fought in the war. Finn's dead. That's how I'm doing, Ellie. My dad sold his house and we spent every penny both of us had fixing this place up. And we did. We fixed this place with our bare hands. And now Dad's dead too. That's how I'm doing, Nellie. Thanks for asking.
Dear Lord Jesus, I do not often speak with you and ask for things, but now I really must insist that you help me win the election tomorrow because I deserve it and Paul Metzger doesn't, as you well know. I realize that it was your divine hand that disqualified Tammy, and now I'm asking you go that one last mile and make sure to put me in office where I belong, so that I may carry out your will on earth as it is in heaven. If elected, I promise I will pray more often. Okay? Amen.
We're so hopeless and tiny and small, but it's still our fault. And you know why? It's that £1 t-shirt. The t-shirt that costs £1. We can't resist it, every single one of us. When we see a t-shirt that costs £1, we think, oh, that's a bargain, I'll have that. And we buy it. Nothing special, but it's a nice little t-shirt for the winter to go underneath. That'll do. So the shopkeeper gets a miserable 5 pence for that t-shirt, and some peasant, little peasant in a field, gets paid £0.01, and we think that's fine. All of us. We hand over that quid and buy into that system for life.
It was a party. I'd known him for roughly a month. Things were going really well. He was nice, sweet even, different from the other guys I've dated. And I was surprised when he invited me to meet his friends, but you know, in a good way. Like things were headed in the right direction. And I didn't think anything of it when I got there and saw it was just guys. I know I didn't drink that much and we went for dinner beforehand. I remember a hallway, a door, a bed, and then just waking up. He took me for breakfast that morning. Said I was a hit at the party. Then I was slowly fizzled out. Yeah. It wasn't until I heard other stories like this from women like you, us, that I realized what had happened to me.
Look, I still remember when I was 11 years old. It was a couple of months after my dad got diagnosed and we got the results back from the prognosis. And it was really good, like 80-20. And so we had a little celebration and ordered a ton of Chinese food. And I remember I was laying in bed between my parents and we're watching a Seinfeld rerun. And all of a sudden, I couldn't breathe. You know, it was like the world was no longer filled with oxygen. When I got to the hospital, they gave me liquid Valium. And I still remember the moment it hit me. I thought, this is what I've been searching for my entire life, for as long as I can remember, because all of a sudden, the whole world went quiet. And I felt safe in my own mind. Yeah, 2 years later, he was gone. My panic attacks stayed, but I found a way to live.
Sometimes I wonder what my life would have been like if I hadn't played it safe. What if I'd acted on the impulse to move to Peru and become a snake charmer when I was 11? Things may have turned out a whole lot different. Incidentally, I recently read that snakes are one of the most loyal reptilian species. Perhaps if I had relocated, I wouldn't have had my heart broken by the only man I've ever loved. And sometimes I fear I'll end up asking myself what life could have been like.
I know, okay, gosh. I'm the one who fucked up, I forgot. There's no excuse, and I'm sorry. I don't even know what's wrong with me. I remember the date, I even put it on my cell phone, and I still forgot. You know, what's that about? I've tried a million different ways to be more thoughtful, and it never materializes. You know, I don't even know what's wrong with me. And I get it. People don't want to invest their time in someone that doesn't seem to care because, I don't know. I just know I care, and I care deeply. I just have this broken part of my brain, and I know that slowly but surely it's gonna make everyone hate me, and I'll be alone.
I was halfway through an assignment when I got close to this group of girls, guerrilla fighters, and they let me follow them. There was this one girl, she told me all about this boy that she liked, and I gave her my lipstick. And then there was this explosion, and she was really badly injured. I tried to help her. I was there, and she was still breathing then, but she was beyond help, so I went into my bag and I took out my camera. And I looked at her, she looked at me. I took her picture. And she died. So I'm not going to take your picture. Sorry. Because you are not going to die. Okay. Not today.
Listen to me when I say you cannot make friends with the rock stars. If you want to be a true journalist, you know, a rock journalist, firstly, you'll never get paid too much, but you will get free records from the record company. There's just fucking nothing about you that's controversial, man. Okay, look, they're gonna buy you drinks. You're gonna meet girls. They're gonna fly you places for free, offer you drugs. I know, this all sounds great. But these people aren't your friends. These are the same people who want you to write sanctimonious stories about the genius of rock stars, and they will ruin rock and roll. And they'll strangle everything that we love about it, you know? Because, well, they're trying to buy respectability for a form that is gloriously and righteously dumb. And the day it ceases to be dumb is the day it ceases to be real, right?
I know this is the part where I meant to say that's okay, be who you are, but I can't. You've sentenced yourself to a lifetime of prejudices and social battles. Your privilege has just been demoted. Opportunity seized before begot. Have you actually thought about this? You know, love isn't just romance. Love is stability, kindness, security and opportunity. Romance can be sacrificed for survival. If someone can give you all those things, gender shouldn't come into it. Don't you think we all wish we could live our lives inside out? If I had, then there'd only be one disappointment here.
I saw a dog carcass in the alley this morning. Tire tread and burst stomach. The city's afraid of me. I've seen its true face. The streets are extended gutters and the gutters are full of blood. And when the drains finally scab over, all the vermin will drown. The accumulated filth of all their sex and murder will foam up about their waists. And all the whores and politicians will look up and shout, "Save us." And I'll whisper no. Now, the whole world stands on the brink, staring down into bloody hell. Beneath me, this awful city screams like an abattoir full of retarded children. And the night, it reeks of fornication and bad consciences.
I keep having this dream lately where I'm having a meal with all the people I've lost in my life. Like my grandparents, all four, and my two childhood friends. And so I'm sitting at the top of this table and we are having our dream meals, whatever we want. And I can smell it every time. But we don't speak. We sit in silence, but it's not uncomfortable. It's beautiful. It's so peaceful. And every time I reach out to touch one of them, and I get so close, so close. Molecules of hair are almost touching. And just as I'm about to connect, I wake up. And the peaceful feeling washes away and I lie there and I feel empty and broken. But I love that dream.
People think that when you work on nights, you'll automatically go to sleep in the daytime because you're so tired. It doesn't work like that though. I wish it did, because you really you come home at 6 in the morning, I'm buzzing. Probably go till about 10, 12. Probably could stay awake all day actually.
But then all of a sudden, bang, it hits you like a truck. I turn into a grumpy old fucker. In the day, in life, you hear a little bird tweeting, sounds really lovely. But if that little bird is tweeting at 11 o'clock when you're trying to go to sleep, you want to kill the little fucker. But in the morning you think, ah, lovely little bird. Because I went to bed the other day and that little bollocks was out there tweeting in that fucking tree and I wanted to... Sorry. Got a bit carried away there.
You're a good man, a good husband, and a good father. A man who appreciates his good fortune. You're not the type of father who would cheat on his wife, hurt his family, betray their trust. You would never neglect or abuse your children. Make horrible demands of your children. You would never ask your children to do things that children shouldn't do. You would never take sick, disgusting, degrading pictures of your children doing these things. You would never treat your children like animals. Well, you could have put a stop to it. But you threw it all away.
All right, everybody. Thank you, Mum, Dad, Richard, Agatha. Thank you for coming to Stephen's birthday party. I'm sure he would greatly appreciate your attendance if he himself had actually attended. It's no secret that Stephen is a, how do I say this, a raging cunt. And has been for most of his existence. And that's no discredit to your parenting, Richard and Agatha, but the apple doesn't fall far. And in this instance, not far enough. As he isn't dead. No, he's not dead. But he is an abuser. And I'm just a stupid bitch. I'm a stupid bitch who's stuck here on a Saturday, wasting my life away, knowing I could be somewhere else, and that somewhere else could be eating soggy fish and chips with a sales agent called Bex from Peckham. Oh, Peckham's grappling with gentrification, Mum, no need to gasp. Anyway, cheers, Stephen. I'm sorry for that geodiasis of the mouth, but good health.
Want some travel cards? I got some travel cards. You want some? I'll give you a good price. I mean, generally I'm not a nice guy. I'm known around here as tight because I'm like tight. But for you, I mean, my boss would probably kill me, but I'd be willing to give wholesale prices. Because you look like a kid who just got given a teddy bear stuffed with used syringes and condoms. This ain't a place for a boy like you. So why not take a travel card, go somewhere better? I mean, a boy about your age was stabbed here less than a week ago. This is hell. We are literally standing on a murder scene. This is supposed to have all that police don't cross tape all around it. Somebody stole it. So why not take a travel card, go somewhere better? Or, if you happen to want some police don't cross tape, maybe it will fix you up. Good price.
You've heard about the 11th man theory, right? Okay, say there's a girl in a bar with 10 men, and all 10 men are telling her how beautiful she is and how amazing she is, and they're lighting her cigarette and just treating her like gold. Then, all of a sudden, in walks the 11th man. He takes one look at her and says, "Hey, how you doing?" And then turns his back on her and starts talking to his boys. That's the guy she wants to be with. Not any of the others who were treating her well all night. But the guy who couldn't care less. And why? Because for some reason, women don't want nice. They don't want to be treated well. I mean, not at first, and sometimes not ever. And I think that's crazy. And I refuse to play that game. Some people are a master at it, but it's just not me. It's not who I am. I mean, I want a girl who's real, who likes it when I'm nice to her, who doesn't see that as a weakness. But unfortunately, most women aren't like that. They say they are, but deep down inside, they want to be, but they're not.
I always wanted to be in the movies. When I was little, I thought for sure I was going to be a big star. Yeah. I had a lot of dreams. And I guess I was a real romantic because I really believed that one day they'd come true. So I would dream about it for hours. As the years went by, I learned to stop sharing this with people. They told me I was dreaming, but back then I believed it wholeheartedly. So whenever I was down, I would just escape into my mind. This other world where I was someone else, you know? And it made me happy to think that all these people just didn't know yet who I was gonna be. I heard that Marilyn Monroe was discovered in a soda shop, and I thought for sure it could be like that. So I started going out real young, and I was always secretly looking for who was gonna discover me. Was it this guy, or maybe this one? You never knew, you know? Yeah, I lived like that for a long time. Just in my head, dreaming like that. It was nice. Then one day it just stopped.
It was really good grab at that place you were working. And did you work at that Swiss hotel? Or merely rob the place? See, it's a bit of a tricky one. The chief is a stickler for detail, so I rang up the Meister's Hotel to ask for your reference, and as it turns out, you're nothing more than a common thief. 40,000 euros wiped from their safe. And the police called. Herr Meister's positively seething, so it's no wonder the chief has a few questions to ask, but he wants to wait until you're better. Although, I'm not so sure we're as poorly as we're making out. In fact, I'm not so sure about you at all, Pine. I think you might be stringing us along, and if that is the case, then when you are better, I will hood you and hang you by those lovely ankles until the truth falls out of you by gravity. Toodaloo.
Hey, Jack. Look, it's me, Parker, here, okay? I'm sure you're probably out celebrating or something right now, but listen, that diamond I gave you, I'm gonna need it back, okay? Because I got a lot of stuff riding on that diamond right now. Long story short, I didn't realize how important it was, okay? One sec. Hey, I'm trying to organize something out here, okay? Okay, cool. So, I got a lot of shit stacking up on my plate right now because of it. So, if you just come to mine at around 9 a.m. tomorrow, I just need it in my hands, okay? You don't need to call me back or anything. Just show up tomorrow with the diamond. Perfect, okay? Perfect.
You knew Liz, right? Knew of her. Past tense. She's dead, Vern. She died. But we've got a bit of a problem because you know we did it. You heard us. That gives you a little something called power. The power to tell. And you're the kind of girl that tells. A tattletale, a rat. I know you. I know all about you.
You're the girl in the corner that the geeks won't dance with because they're at home fucking old pervs in cyberspace thinking they're doing some hot babe. But today, I'm gonna offer you something you never dared dream of. Something you were never meant to be, but will be. Because today, Fern, my dear, fate has decided that you are cool. We're gonna make you one of us. Beautiful, popular, loved, feared. All that you've ever dreamed of. If, and only if, you never, ever tell anyone what you heard.
Like when I step outside of myself and when I look in at myself. I see me, and I don't like what I see. Really, I don't. Because I'm stupid. Because I'm failing sharp. See, we had this assignment where we had to make this ceramic elephant. And we were given 8 weeks to do it. And it was like a lamp. And when you turn the trunk, the light was supposed to go on. My light didn't go on. And I got an F. I never got an F in my life. And when I signed up for the course, I thought I was playing it real smart, you know? I thought, I'll take shop. It'll be an easy way to maintain my grade point average. Like, have you seen some of the idiots that take shop?
You know, there was a study about water molecules, how they expose them to different human emotions. The molecular structure completely changed, meaning the water we drink has memory. And if I told a glass of water, you disgust me, it'd turn into a dark, amber sludge under a microscope. Whereas if I gave it love and gratitude, it'd turn into a slightly silver snowflake. You know, the human body is made up of 60% water. We're mainly water. And what if someone told you you're sick every day? You'd start to believe it, wouldn't you? You could even argue that those water molecules inside you form a memory. Me and you are like water. The words we use leave a trace. And diagnosing me is one thing, but to dredge up my past and psychoanalyze the shit out of me won't help me. And you can prescribe me whatever you want. Those pills will only affect me in ways that will make me feel constantly afflicted.